Okay, we're going to be adding the flowers in our hand that we began last week. So, folder holder, you're going to open the folder. Now today, there's going to be a name on the paper since we began this. So make sure that you give the correct person the correct paper. Everybody who is in charge of the folder, take the folder to Miss Lawson's box up at the front of the room. So make sure it is your paper, flip it over, and make sure that your thumb is down here. Now, the supply manager will be getting our paints. There is a lot going on here. So please listen. These paints cannot stay on top of the water. So these will have to be moved to the side off the water. You can't lay them on the tray because they'll tip. So you'll have to have the water on one side and then the paints somewhere else on the table so everybody can reach it. I'm gonna have to have mine this way so you can see what I am doing. Now, the house, once we get the tray to the table, I will tell you who is passing out the tippies. Remember, the tippies, give them a shake, shake, shake to get out. Give everybody a tippy, put the house back on the tray. So, you're gonna have a paintbrush, but the first tool that the table captain is going to use, and I will remind you who gets to use it, is our little circle sponge. Please do not pick this up unless I'm calling your name. Yellow is the only color we are using with this sponge. This is the center of our flowers. So we are going to be creating probably like 4 flowers. We'll see. So you take your sponge, you dip it in the yellow, and it may look a little green when we put it on the paper. Now, we don't want flowers coming down below your thumb. We want the flowers to be above your fingers. So 1, 4. So once you've done that, pass the sponge to the next person, and then whoever's at the end of it, make sure it goes back in the open cup. Do not leave it in the yellow paint. It goes in the open space. So I have 4 centers of my flowers. So the next step is going to be adding the stems. This is where your brush comes in handy, and this is going to be the green. Now you need to be very careful because you don't want the stem coming over your hand. It looks like it's in your hand. So this is tricky. You have to start at the yellow dot, come down, stop at your finger, jump over the finger, and bring it down. Stem to finger, jump to finger, jump to thumb, jump down. So it looks like I'm holding the actual flower. So if I have 4 centers, I need to have 4 stems coming out the bottom. Again, you have to start the dot to your finger, jump, the little space between your fingers, and then I'm gonna jump all the way down here and make it come across. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 centers, 1, 2, 3, 4 stems. So wash off, making sure you bounce gently in the water. We do not stir. When you stir the water, it tends to splash. Dab, dab, dab on your sponge. Now you get to use, let me flip my paint, the colors pink, red, and orange to create the petals. So let me zoom in a little bit. So pick one, and I know I have 3 colors and I have 4 flowers, so you're gonna have 1 flower that's the same color. I'm gonna start with pink, and you're gonna start at the flower. And you're gonna out. You're going. Petals on all my flowers. So now I'm going to make sure that I clean off all the paint, gently bouncing, dab, 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 and then return tippy. Remember, tippy do a flippy. Handle goes in first, hair should be at the top. If you're in charge of the house, make sure you see all 4 hair. That's gonna go back on the tray, and then if you're in charge of the supplies, you will pick up this, sit it back on top, and then you'll walk this back to my back counter. Do not forget to drop these off at the pool. Everybody else, you're gonna stay at your table with your wet paper, and please wait and listen for us to go to the drying rack. Remember, when we go to the drying rack, keep it the same direction as you see it.